From your local election headquarters, this is Big Country Politics on KTAB.
Welcome back to Big Country Politics. Today we're sitting down with Abilene City Manager Robert Hanna. Robert, thank you for joining us for today.
My pleasure.
Well, I guess we're joining you, rather. We are in the Abilene Council chambers. So we've got a lot of stuff to cover, namely the downtown hotel project has continued to move on. On Friday, we've seen a new development in that we've signed our paperwork.
Yeah, we did. We signed the Master Development Agreement. There are a number of documents that are still left to be completed and signed, but it is a major milestone, and what it basically means is that the development team is free to start architectural design work and engineering on the hotel, which will take about 6 to 9 months. Now, some folks have reported that the hotel will be constructed in 6 to 9 months. That's not accurate. The construction timeline for the hotel is 18 months once we're done with the design work. So I anticipate being complete with the design sometime this summer, perhaps, if we're lucky, and we will issue the financing for the hotel at that time. The local government corporation will do the lion's share of that. The city will do the contributing part, and at that point in time, construction will begin, and the hotel should be completed by the end of 2021, the first part of 2022.
So one thing that we've seen as this has developed is, as you mentioned, those designs are changing. We have seen a few renderings, we've seen a few previews of what things are going to look like, but are there still discussions about fine-tuning this?
Oh, of course. We've got to go through brand standards with Hilton. The hotel will be a DoubleTree by Hilton. They have their own brand standards, and while the images we have are certainly compliant with that, Hilton will want to have some input into how the hotel looks, as they should. It's their franchise that we're buying. Hilton will not own or operate the hotel. People need to understand that. There's some confusion with that. It'll be a franchise, just like anybody who buys a franchise. It's owned by a local businessman or woman, and they operate it under a license, which is essentially what will happen with this.
Now, one of the pieces of this puzzle is we're seeing the downtown landscape already changing. The old water office is now nothing more, and one of those other pieces of the puzzle is the Civic Plaza Hotel. What's the status of that project, or that leg of the project, rather?
Well, so the Civic Plaza Hotel is really a second project entirely from the downtown hotel concept. We were working with the Chamber and working with the Abilene Improvement Corporation and working with some third-party benefactors for our foundations. We were able to purchase, work collaboratively as a team to purchase the Civic Plaza Hotel. The previous owner is in there until November 26th, and then once he's out completely and his tenants have been relocated, and he is relocating his tenants. That's another concern people have had is, what about the folks that are living there? What is the city going to do for them? Well, it's not for us to do, because the owner is providing alternative means for them, which is good. He feels deeply about his folks and wants to make sure they're taken care of. But once we receive ownership and he's out completely, I would like to demo that building within about 3 months. We've got to do some asbestos abatement and that kind of stuff too, but basically demolish that into a level, flat field, much like we did with the water building. And
really, this is all just part of that changing downtown landscape, and one thing that we've also recently seen is more discussion with the downtown board that's discussing possible changes to parking, to street directions. There's a lot more that's still yet to come out of that, correct?
There's a lot more that's come out. The task force is working hard to provide recommendations, and they're almost done with some initial findings, I think, when it comes to parking and traffic. And then we'll have to go to the people, the public, and the businesses and make sure they're informed and make sure they have an opportunity to have a voice in that process.
So really, we're going to see the festival district idea still alive and well.
It is. It's a multi-phased product. The first is the hotel, but yes, the festival district is alive and well. And I think the interest we've seen in the private sector in our downtown, just on the hope that a hotel may be built, the promise really of a hotel being built. Now that the hotel is actually a reality and will be done, I think you'll see private sector development increase in the downtown area even more so than it has already.
Well, things are changing. Things are going to continue to change. We're going to see a lot of development in the coming years. So keep an eye on downtown. And when we come back, we're going to take a break now. We're going to come back in just a moment. We're going to talk more with Robert Hanna. We're going to discuss a lot more projects that we're moving away from downtown into the rest of Abilene. Stick with us.